Okay, Surah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, nasta'inu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina, may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Amma ba'd. Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Muhammad bin Akbar. I'm from IDN boarding school, currently in the class 9A. And today I'll be presenting to you guys about country introduction of Portugal. But before I get started, as all prayer thanks to our God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has been giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attend and gather in this place in good condition and happy situation. Secondly, may peace and salutation always be given to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he has guided us all from the Jahiliyyah era to the Islamic era, namely the Islamic version that we are. So now I want to present to you guys about a country that I would like to visit the most in the future that is not really popular. Like for example, the one popular is like France, Australia, like that. But for me, it's Portugal. So why Portugal? So Portugal is actually a very beautiful country in a southwestern Europe. It is known for its rich maritime history and then its stunning scenery and vibrant culture. The stunning scenery here is more popped out because it has very wonderful nature, and also the cities are not as modern as the other countries around there. In Portugal, the cities are much more vibrant. It still has the old-time touch, like the vibrant colors, and then short buildings and other things. And then in Portugal, it also blends old tradition with modern life, making Portugal both historic and also lively. So now, first, I want to talk about the geography of Portugal. So Portugal is located in the southwestern Europe on the Iberian Peninsula. And then here, it shares a border with Spain and has a long coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. And here, about 10.3 million people have lived there currently, right now. And the country has many kinds of landscapes like green valleys and then the vibrant cities and others that I have mentioned earlier. It also has an Algarve region in the south, and it is famous for its beautiful beaches and high cliffs, like the ones that we usually see in movies, and it's probably like this one. And then next, I want to talk about the history of Portugal. It's not going to be too long. It's just a short history about Portugal. So Portugal has a long and very rich history as one of the oldest countries in the world. During the 15th and the 16th centuries, it has a strong sea power, and because of that strong sea power, that led to the age of discovery and built colonies in Africa, Asia, and South America. And in 1910, Portugal became independent, and it has been a part of the European Union since the 1986. So, the curiosities about Portugal here is that Portugal is full of interesting facts. What are those interesting facts, you might ask? First, it has one of the world's most oldest bookstore there, the Bertrana bookstore. I hope I pronounced it correct. And then in Lisbon, it's also one of Europe's longest bridge. It has one of Europe's longest bridge, which is the Vasco da Gama Bridge. Next, the Portuguese language is spoken in 9 countries, showing its popularity. And Portugal also created the first green passport until today, and it's known for its love of coffee, small details that shows how rich and vibrant the countries really are. So now I want to talk about the cities that I would probably visit, or maybe even if I'm able, I would actually live there. First is Lisbon, which has the nickname of the city of the seven hills. So, Lisbon is the capital city of Portugal, and it is known for its colorful streets, historic trams, like the train that's in the middle of the town, and then it has a view over the Tagus River. It is why it has the nickname of the city of the seven hills. Maybe you ask. Well, it's the city itself is actually built on seven hills, which is offer very stunning lookouts because it also has a mix of modern and old charm, and the city is very full of life, from traditional family music echoing in the narrow alleys to cozy cafes serving pastel de nata. So Lisbon here is actually blends history, culture, and relaxed seaside vibe because it is also built near a lake and also the sea. Next, there's the Sintra, which is nicknamed the fairy tale town. So Sintra is a very charming town, which is not too far from Lisbon. It is famous for its fairy tale castles like this one, which is the most famous, lush forest, and very cool mountain air. So the most iconic spot in Sintra here is the colorful Panda Palace, which is this one actually. So it looks something like out of a fairy tale, or maybe something that is out of your dream, because it is very vibrant. It still has that very old castle vibes. And the town is also filled with historical mansions, hidden gardens, and cobblestone streets that feels magical, like out of the fairy tale movie. It is very peaceful. It's a peaceful escape from the city full of art, history, and music. Next, there is Obidos, which is nicknamed the wedding present town. So, Obidos is a small medieval town surrounded by stone walls, and it is known for its charming white houses and colorful flowers. So, once in the history of Portugal, Obidos is given as a wedding gift from the king to his queen. It's often called the wedding present town, that's why it is nicknamed that now. Walking through its narrow cobblestone streets feels like stepping back inside, with cozy shops, old castles, and peaceful romantic atmosphere. Because it is one of the oldest town in there, because it is also a wedding gift from the king to the queen, none of it many none almost none of its culture have changed. So next there's the Monsaras, the medieval hilltop village. So here, Monsaras is a quiet hilltop village on the southern of Portugal that overlooks the vast of Alqueva Lake. So here you can see it is very high on the hill and it is also surrounded by ancient stone walls. It's known for its whitewashed houses and cobblestone streets. If you actually visit here, you can actually get a very beautiful sunset view because the city itself is located at the very top of the hill, which makes it very, very beautiful to look at the sunset and also the sunrise. The town keeps its medieval charm untouched, and it offers a calm and authentic look to the Portugal countryside life. So here are a few reasons that why I actually want to visit Portugal one day. So Portugal is actually full of life, beauty, and history, which makes me want to actually explore it more the far I get to the deeper town. I want to actually walk through the Lisbon's colorful streets, and then see the fairy-tale castles at Sintra, relax on the Algarve sunny beaches, and in Portugal, the food actually looks very amazing, like pasta de nata, bacalhau, and so much more. I love how Portugal mixes old vibes with modern culture. It feels warm, artistic, peaceful, and it is really a place that I actually want to explore, experience for real. So I guess that is all that I can present today in this country introduction of Portugal. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you can actually be introduced to this Portugal culture. And maybe that is all from me. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad bin Abdullah, and today I will be showing you guys three of my favorite IT projects in IT boarding school. But before we start, let's pray and thank our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, has been giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attend and gather in His place in good condition and happy situation. Secondly, may peace and salutation always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because he has guided us all from the Jahiliyyah era to the Islamic era, namely the Islamic religion with love. So, here, this is my presentation about my favorite projects over the semesters or in Indian boarding school, because currently I'm already in the ninth grade. So, but first, why am I doing this presentation, you might ask? Well, this is one of the criteria of the final project in the first semester of ninth grade in Indian boarding school. So, let's just get started into the presentation. So first, in seventh grade, we learn about game developing or game making, and the first one, which is catching fruit. It was very easy to make, and it is fun and also simple. The basic one was actually not like this. It was a bowl, and we had to catch fruits that was falling from above. There was also like bugs that we don't have to catch, or else we'll lose some points. But here, I tried to improvise myself, since I was also into game developing back then. I tried to improvise myself. I tried to improvise myself by making the bowl into a car, and then the fruits into characters from the scratch itself, or we call it sprites. And so the technique here is, it's supposed to be like a party. You can pick up whoever you want, and you also need to catch people. If there are more, uh, if there are more characters that is not caught, more than the people that got caught, then you will be tagged as a bad person. Like that. So next, in fifth grade, I have one which is called the visual merchandise. So this visual merchandise was really kind of easy to make, but it actually uses a template from the community to actually create this shirt with the folds and other things. But basically here, this was the first time I actually tried using Figma, because this project was made using Figma. So here, I don't think you can really see it, but this is the design that I made. There's the text here, which is riding the wave, and the wave text is shaped as a wave. And then there's a person surfing above, which I think it is kind of cool, because here in this project I actually discovered some tools like masking, and then text on path and other things. So I think this was cool, because I actually tried many new features from Figma, and from that point on I went over to actually loving Figma. And so going over to ninth grade here. So there in ninth grade there's actually two software that we learned. There was the Codula and now Flutter, which we make using Visual Studio Code. So if I had to answer in the Codula software, I would actually say the calculator app because that application was pretty complex because we actually had to code many math calculations and yeah, even though there were just flat shapes, calculator for flat shapes, but it was also hard because there were shapes like parallelogram, diamonds, and other things. But for overall, my best one would be the Bitaqua app. So here I'm going to show the homepage or the dashboard screen. So basically here in the Bitaqua app here, it uses Flutter code, which is kind of hard but also easy to understand. And it was also hard because there were a few screens which all of them are pretty hard to make. First one is this dashboard screen, which below here there are posters or like inspiration or reference, and then here there is the bars, there's buttons. First there is the daily dua, which inside consists of a list like morning dua or maybe dua when we're at home and other things. And if we click one of those options, we'll go to another page which shows another list of prayers that we could do at that category. And when we click those, it will actually show a detail of the dua itself, the Arabic, and the Latin, and also the transliterations. And then here, there's the Zikr Harem, which we do not do, and there's the song schedule. And this song schedule, I think, was the best one because it actually uses an actual real-time clock. So we got the AP from GitHub, and this General Salat actually uses the real-time location and time from our place. So it can detect if we're at Jakarta, for example, or currently here in Jongo. It can detect the location and actually get the prayer time exactly where we are. And then there's the Zakat calculator, which we can input our savings, and then it'll calculate how much do we need to pay for the Zakat later on. And there's the last screen, which is video pigeon, which cannot be seen in here. So basically there is a few videos, a few list of videos that we can actually click, and later on we can actually play it directly from the calculator. And yeah, so that is all of my favorite projects. So first, from Catching Fruit, this was made using the software of Scratch, which we learned in 7th grade for game developing. And then next there is Visual Merchandise, which we made using a software called Figma to actually make graphic designs, user interface, and other things. And lastly, the Bitaqua app made using Flutter, VS Code. And if I had to choose the best one from these three, I think I would actually choose either Bitaqua or maybe Visual Merch, because both are based on new experience that I just learned in IDN. Because if I were go to IDN, I would know about Figma, about these unique features like masking or text on path. But also, I would also know about Visual Studio Code Flutter, and also I wouldn't actually make this whole application if I don't on IDN. So I think the best one from those three, I think would be the Bitaqua app here, because overall it was very complicated, but I also enjoy the process, because there were ups and downs, there were bugs, and then we tried to solve those bugs. There were errors, but it turned out really great. So yeah, I think those would be my three best favorite projects from my IDN career, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. If there were some wrong words, I apologize. That was from me and Shaitan. But if there were some good words, that was from Allah, one and only. So yeah, now you know my favorite projects in IDN. I think that would be all for me. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, today I'm with my student, that is Binar from, what class are you, Binar?
I'm from the 9A class.
Okay, 9A class. So, we will do the, what will we do?
So I want to do the interview project, which is one of the criteria of the final project in
Okay,
IDN.
great. So, we will do us like casual interview, yeah, Binar. So, just enjoy your answering, and I hope you can easily answer and also answer in detail. Yeah, okay. I will have you some points of the question. Let's go to the first question. That is about yourself. So could you tell me about yourself, starting with the introduction and then following with the telling about your skill, also your weakness. Okay, you can start it.
So my name is Muhammad Binar Pajantara. You can call me Binar. I am born in the 10th of May 2011 at the city of Bandung, and I have a hobby of visual creativity, such as drawing, designs, and other things. I'm based from Bandung, and until now I still live there. My elementary school was also in Bandung, and currently I'm on junior high school in IDN boarding school. And then I have a dream of becoming a freelancer, or maybe becoming a professional designer out there. And my personalities are, you can say that I'm creative, spontaneous, and also logic. Yes.
Okay, as you say that you feel that you're logic man, and what kind of logic that you mean?
So, for example, you can ask like, if there's like four shapes, like for example, there would be rectangle, square, and circle. So what would be the fourth shape? If I would answer that, I would actually answer triangle, because rectangle, square, and circle are the most basic shapes in shapes.
Okay, great. So not only logic, but you're unique
Yes.
for me. So for the next, could you tell me about your weakness, maybe?
My weakness. So some say that my weakness is fear of heights and darkness, and maybe yes, I could agree to that, because I don't really like being lonely, especially when it is already like nighttime or maybe in the darkness. But maybe for fear of heights, I don't really agree to that, because I have actually conquered it many times by doing some hikings with my family and going on a plane ride, such as that.
So do you have the way to solve it?
Yeah, my way to solve it is just doing some activities that requires me to actually be high above flat.
So let us continue for the next point, Bina. So the next point is still about yourself, and could you tell me about your skill before coming to IDM?
Okay, so my skill when before going to IDN, since I was in third grade, I was already interested in Scratch or game developing. So from there, I started to build my skills on game developing on Scratch, and I also have the skill of traditional drawing because since childhood I was very interested in the drawing, sketching, and painting.
Oh,
And also, my elementary school also supports us who likes to do creative things and also train us to actually be an extrovert.
okay. As you said before, that you can also do the traditional drawing. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a dream of becoming the artist?
Mm, when I was childhood, I actually have a dream of being like a painter or maybe an artist. But now, since I already knew uh, around designs and other things, I started to actually think that maybe my future isn't just about being a
No.
traditional artist because the life has changed and technology is increasing much more.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's go for the next point. For the next point, I would like to ask your opinion about the point. So, what is your opinion about the EDM lesson or EDM material? Is that worth it for the students, for all the student, or also for the basic learner?
Mm.
Okay, you can start giving opinion.
I think for my opinion, IDN lessons and curriculums are already the most basics if you actually want to join in the technological industry. Since in IDN in seventh grade we learn about simple game developing and robotics. In eighth grade we learn about graphic designing and Internet of Things and also AI. And in ninth grade, we learned about simple Android application developing. So, with this curriculum and these materials, IDEAN already prepared us to actually go on to the next level because as what I know from other schools, usually in vocational high school, they if you join the RPL, mostly they still learn about Scratch and simple game developing, which means IDN already have a more higher level of material if we actually learn from here.
Okay, so after spending around 3 years, right? What have you met here? So could you tell?
Projects.
Yeah, I mean the project from the 7 to 9.
So in seventh grade, from seventh grade, I already made projects of two 2D and 3D games. For 2D games, I use Scratch, which consists of eight projects, which is Catching Fruit, uh, Attitude Game, Take Me Out, Block Breaker, Defender, Bomberman, and Fruit Ninja. Okay, seven. And then for the 3D game, I forgot a little bit, but
some of it were like jumping dino, like the Google one, and then there is switching ball, there is jumping cube, running ball, and the most difficult one, which is our last project, that is the crossing road. And then going to 8th grade, we made designs from starting from illustrations, and then poster designs to UI design and visual merchandise. And then for the robotic and IoT, we have done projects such as line follower, maze solving, smart trash bin, and others. And now, currently in 9th grade, I have made a few simple projects using Codular, which is name card, uh, age calculator, and then also an actual calculator, but it's for like flat shapes. And then now almost the end of the first semester, we have made a project using Flutter, which is the Bitako app, which consists of many pages such as the dashboard, daily prayers, and then the salat schedule and zakat calculator.
Okay, maybe it was the last question for our interview session. Thank you for the time, Binar, and let's do the next project. Okay,
Okay.
so the last we say
Assalamualaikum
wassalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.